Da 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 da. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Happy Monday to you. Boop, boop. Yes, Sisters Talk About podcast here again. I apologize for the lateness. My sincerest and humblest apologies. Hi, King, Shorty Night, Shorty TV, Short TV 90 to see. I'm tired. Blessings, people. Welcome to the Instagram and welcome to the Monday Night Sisters Instagram podcast live. We are here. Voop, voop, voop. It's good to have you join us. Right. Is Naomi here? Hold on one sec. I need to put on. Make sure I have this do not disturb on my phone. Because it's important times. I don't want nobody interrupting me. Me Gray to the stage. Where are you, baby girl? Where are you? Hello. I can't see your t-shirt, babe. What's going on there? That's best. I need to see your all face. Yeah. As you can see, we have t-shirts. Because we are bad like that. That's all I got to say. We are bad like that.
Yeah.
So yes, people, welcome to Monday's edition of Sisters Talk About Live.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome. Hope everyone's feeling fine and fire and fly and fabulous for this Monday. What's going on there with your camera, hon?
Because I lifted my camera to show off the t-shirt, now I'm trying to position my camera so it stays in its spot. And what was happening last week doesn't happen again when my phone kept on dropping.
Oh, can't we see your face in the t-shirt at the same time?
No, because then I have to put my phone all the way over there. And
yeah, but can you not do that?
No, I need to get another stand, babes.
Yeah, do that. Yeah?
Yeah, I need to get another stand. I'll do that.
You're making me desist.
Hey.
But anyway, they can see mine, innit? They can see this.
Unless you want to talk to my chin. You want to do
No,
it like that?
I don't want to talk to your chin or your chest. It's fine. That's a big
You want
fat
to talk
no.
to my boobies? You want to talk to my boobies?
No, maybe man will want to do that. I'm your cousin. I don't want to do that. No. We will just leave that like this. No. No.
I'll sip my water.
Yeah, no. So yes, people, we have our t-shirts. And for those of you who don't know already, our next live podcast event is Thursday, April the 6th at Karma Sanctum. And it's a Thursday. However, the next day is Good Friday. So majority of us will not have work the next day. Yeah. So we're encouraging you to come to the beautiful space that we've created there, the safe space to speak, to conversate with each other, to network, socialize, and also turn up because it's my birthday weekend.
Yes, okay. Yes, it sure is.
I'll be 21.
Are you sure?
Why are you laughing?
21. Why are you putting two extra years on your age, babe? Thought you was going to be 19.
I know. It's actually 18 to be fair.
Right, okay.
But I do behave like I'm 21, so that's why I just said 21.
Mischievous.
I don't know. And part of the event, we will have, I'm not sure if he's on here, we'll have two young kings performing spoken word poetry. Yeah. So Short TV 99, and is it Mustafa?
Yeah, Mustafa,
I believe so. Yes, they will be joining us doing spoken word, and we'll also be joined by
Talks with Emma. That's the charity that we are working with.
Yes, so please make sure you go ahead and go to Eventbrite, search for Sisters Talk About Sisters. Make sure you register for your ticket. As we say, we don't like turning people away. No ticket, no entry. Okay, even though it's a monetary donation that you're giving, but we do need to know how many people are coming. Yeah. Because we will be checking tickets on the night. so no one can squeeze
Yeah.
on through
Yeah.
because the venue is getting packed to
It's
capacities.
getting packed. And also for safety rules, we need to know the
Health and safety.
logistics. We need to make sure that we know who's coming, who's in the building. So if the worst of the
Yeah.
worst was to happen, we know who gets out of the building.
It'll be me and you and I'll wait.
I'll
So
be there with
yes.
the register. Be there with the register.
Ding 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 ding. So yeah, but we've had a very good weekend. As
Hmm.
you know, we held a Queens only talk on Friday at
Yeah.
Creative Spaces in Kennington, and that was just in conjunction with Women's Month, Women's Day, Women's Week, Women's Month, which is this month. So we thought we'd do one just for the sisters, and it was beautiful. We
It went
shared and
extremely
laughed.
well. It was
Yeah,
therapeutic. That's the word. It was therapeutic. It was wholesome. And it was just so warm. The energy was
yeah,
just warm, beautiful. And yeah, thank you to all the queens that came and for
yes.
sharing your stories, your experiences. And yeah, look out for future.
Yeah, and thank you for Creative Spaces who allowed us to host in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
check them
Mm-hmm.
out. They are on Instagram as at Creative Spaces. Check them out.
Yep.
It's a black owned business, and it's
Mm-hmm.
literally the space is there to be used as pop up for an exhibition for workshops. So go ahead, check them out.
Yeah, it's owned by two black sisters. Yeah, beautiful queens, great business women. So yeah, so go and
Mm-hmm.
check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So what would you like to talk about tonight, sister cousin friend?
I just like to talk about me and how fabulous I am. That's it. That's
Oh,
it.
hey, Nix. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. We are so happy that you enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you for coming. Honestly, it was a beautiful night, and we hope to do many more of them. So yeah,
Yes,
just
we
watch
sure
this
will.
space. Watch this space. Is there anything in particular, Nick, that you would like us to speak on today? Because we don't
Mm.
have a particular man. Normally, we would just start conversating. If we don't have a particular subject, a topic in mind, we will just start talking amongst ourselves, and it will gravitate to something, and then that's how it goes.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
As I was
So,
saying to Fiona earlier, all that is on my mind right now
oh gosh.
is periods.
I don't want to talk about them.
It's because I am currently on my periods, the second day of my periods, and it's just consumed my mind, my body, my soul, my energy. So that's what's on my mind. And not just periods, the myth of
Mm.
periods.
What do you mean, the myth?
The myth, meaning the lies that we as women have been told about periods, of what to expect from periods, instead of being coached, taught, led to understand how our period should be. So
Mm-hmm.
we've been told that it's normal that our period should be painful and long and strenuous, when it really should be the opposite, as we've both learned from doing, and yeah, from doing room wellness detoxes with Coco Ras, and also from researching ourselves, learning the way that we eat, what we consume, like yeah, eating, drinking, mentally, how that all affects our periods. And those things are what makes it strenuous, painful, and long, when really the length of time should be not a week, 2 weeks, it should be 2, 3 days. It shouldn't be heavy. We should be spotting, not hemorrhaging. Um, yeah, so that's why I say the myth. So that's
Okay.
really what's been on my mind all day. I was talking about it to someone earlier, and I was, yeah, as you already know, I'm very passionate about this subject, and I was going in, and I was going into a whole spiel. And they respectfully told me, well, no, not told me, they asked me, please stop.
Oh dear.
I didn't, but yeah, their brain got to a point when they couldn't digest any more information because I was like, yeah, and then this doctor, and then this holistic practitioner, and then yeah, it was just information overload, and it was a man as well, so they were just like, yeah, I can empathize, but I don't fully understand everything, and I've got to a point where I stopped listening. And I was like, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Not really. It wasn't that's fine. But it was like, no, that's cool. That's fine. But yeah, so I went into a miniature rant right now. But I'll stop. I'll pause and I'll breathe.
Sounds like you have more on your chest, babe.
Not really. You know, but what I will say, because today is my second day, and the second day is usually the worst. Like, I am feeling lethargic and tired. However, I've been heavy, but not as heavy as I have been in the past. And I haven't been so run down. I've been resting, but I haven't been like run down like I have been in the past. So yeah, just a lot of kind of just like relaying and going over memories and just being grateful, thankful for where I am now and what that, because I've been applying what I've been learning, I'm feeling, not just seeing, but feeling the benefits, you know? So yeah, that's all I have to say. That's all. That's all.
You can keep talking, baby, if you want. Keep talking. Let me fix my light.
Yeah, so I could kind of say that my head wrap is, well, it's not red, it's pink, but it's kind of like, maybe it's like a homage to
Oh,
period.
yeah, yeah, whatever. Oh, my Lord. Jesus, really?
But then,
No.
but, but then, if you peep this, it's more in homage to Sisters Talk About. So that's why I'm wearing pink, not to the period, to the t-shirt. T-shirt, t-shirt, t-shirt. That's all.
What changes did you make to your diet for the pain to decrease? Cut out foods. Are you a meat eater? Straight away. I'm
Stop
in. I'm going
eating.
in. I'm going in there. Cut out the meat. Simple facts. Listen.
Yeah, it was initially think about my journey. So initially it was cutting
You
out
go with
meat.
yours and I'll go with mine.
Yeah, initially it was over the years, yeah, cutting out meat, cutting out dairy products, trying not to, and I use the word trying because especially on my second day, sometimes I have the maddest cravings. I have the maddest cravings. So I say try to cut out sugar, and that's even sugar, like sugar in terms of fruits. Da, 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 da. Meditating, massaging my womb leading up to um, my periods, exercising a little bit more. But it has, yeah, like stabilizing my mind and then also getting my body right and not eating certain foods, even if it's like rice, you know, not going too hard and heavy in eating bulks of rice and starchy foods and everything. But yeah, like the first thing initially was the way that I was eating that contributed to me seeing the positives in my periods. That was definitely, yeah. But yeah, becoming Yeah. I say becoming vegan because I've been back and forth. I've been back and forth. I've been back and forth. I'm trying not to even give myself really a label too tough, right? Because I know even up until, because yeah, when we went to Jamaica in November, I was eating meat. So I was somewhat like a flexitarian. But yeah, I'm more vegan than anything. Right now I'm vegan. But yeah, cutting out the meat, cutting out the crap, like yeah, cutting out fast foods and rubbish foods basically. And then including herbs. But yeah, would you like to add to that, Miss Finona?
I will add to that. I'll talk about my journey. And in regards to me, the, for me, how I started, because I used to suffer from very, very, very bad cramps, and I used to have the day of school. So that
Mm,
progressed, got into my early adulthood, got into my 30s, and then I did research and I realized at the time I was still eating meat and dairy. No, I wasn't really eating dairy or cheese, meat and stuff. And what I realized was cutting down on the intake of sugary foods a week before. So
mm,
this is how I first started. So I realized cutting down on the sugary foods a week before, I wasn't getting that heavy, the PMS, the cramps, the heavy internal cramps. And
mm.
also I switched to, because I don't drink tea anyway, I normally drink herbal teas. And the one herbal tea I found that helped me was raspberry leaf. So it was drinking
Yeah,
that and then cutting out sugary foods. That really eliminated the pain. And then as I progressed, did more research, then I actually cut out meat, which wasn't to do with the periods. That was my life choice.
yeah.
I cut meat out, which then led to me cutting out, eliminating other certain things in my life. Then as I started doing my real wellness journey, then I realized that I was good to cut out the meat, and literally cutting out those sugary products helped as well.
Mm,
And then I also realized it isn't literally what you eat. It's not just about what you eat,
yeah,
what
yeah,
you consume as food is what you consume mentally and
yeah.
emotionally. All
Yes.
that contributes to your period, or all
Mm,
contributes to the womb because everything is held in the womb. So all the trauma and stuff that all contributes to the cycle.
mm,
So literally tapping into the meditations, the affirmations, doing the yoga, all that, then my diet as well. Even that I am vegan, but the way I eat is vegan, that also helped. So,
mm,
like you said, the Womb Wellness Detox with Coco Ras helped me considerably in
mm,
regards to my womb wellness journey and cutting down and reducing my days. So my period
mm.
days reduced, pain, no pain. I don't actually really don't get any pain anymore.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will probably get I think, say the few days before I'll start to feel tender.
Mm,
And I'm probably a little bit weary, but the pain, no
mm.
pain. So, like I said, it's diet and the way in apart as well as what you eat. It's the way you eat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's certain
Yeah.
foods that you mix together. Because as a vegan, I'm a vegan, but it's knowing the food groups and what foods to eat together and what not to eat together and that kind of
Mm,
thing.
mm, mm.
So yeah,
Yeah. When you what you just says about like getting a pre-period and the pains, little pains that you get pre-period. I used to get that. So I used to know exactly when I'm going to start
yeah.
because of the pain. Now it's just like, peekaboo, like,
But if you keep a tab of the dates, the babes, then you should know it's
yeah. But
coming.
you know what?
Yeah.
I use an app
You're
called Glow.
welcome. It's a
Oh
Nick
yeah,
said
you are
thank you.
most
You're welcome,
welcome,
sis.
Queen. Yeah,
You're
like I use
welcome.
an app called Glow, which helps me tremendously as well. I do need to be I need to use it more, and like because then you can log even on the days that you're not on your period, just log in how you're feeling,
Mm.
symptoms, moods, da 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 da. If you've even meditated, all of that. But yeah, like what I've been noticing is on the app, it will say what date, especially the last 6 months, it will say what date I'm going to start. And then I start 2 days earlier. And the peekaboo comes when I go to the toilet. Like every time I start, I need to go to the toilet. And that's when I'm like, oh, hi. That's how I'm like, oh, hi. Hi, you. And it's like, hi, you. Hi, me. Hi, me. So yeah, that's my usual wake up call to know when I've started. But it's like, yeah, I always need to go to the toilet, and then it's just like, oh, hi, we're back again.
I think for me as well, when I am due to start, or when my moon cycle does arrive, I actually my when they say mood swings, yo, that is not a myth because I literally can be, yeah, my mood changes, and now I can sense it. So, for example, I start to get kind of argumentative, and then
Um,
I can feel, and I kind of trust back and think, yeah, see, it's not really you, it's the whole
yeah.
thing. It's the whole body and the emotions. So just try and woosah and breathe deep. It's just
I feel
take a moment.
spaced out. That's
Yeah.
my like,
I do get spaced out, but like I said, I know in terms of someone will say certain things, and I will snap more easier than I
yeah,
normally do. But yeah,
yeah,
it's the mood. I can
yeah.
find myself doing it. So now I like try and trust back and stop myself and try. But if I could pinch myself, I'd have so many bruises. I'm not lying. Seriously.
I do feel more sensitive. I do
Yeah,
feel
to
more
certain
sensitive.
things.
But yeah, I feel sensitive and I feel spaced out. Like when I was walking to the shop earlier and I'm like just looking into the sky and I'm just like, ah. And then I'm like, have I, like, what have I taken to be feeling
Just,
like this? Like, is the weed in my system? Like, wagwan? And then after it's the period. It's the period. Me, myself in the period. But yeah, I always just feel
see what that might
not well.
be is the iron, because remember the period when it's
Mm,
iron. So remember to dose upon the iron intake before. So eat
yeah,
rice, eat your beetroot, have your sorrel, all those
yeah,
kind of stuff.
leading up. Yeah, yeah,
Make sure you're consuming all those kind of foods.
yeah. I didn't
So
do
when
that
that
last week.
cycle's on, then you're not feeling those effects. And as soon as the
Yeah,
cycle finishes, start consuming those foods again.
yeah. I didn't do that last week. I didn't, not at all. I did not. So I have been feeling very tired, lethargic, and yeah, just spaced out on. I wouldn't say cloud nine because cloud nine is like, but on a cloud.
What did Nick say? Yeah, the mood swings are no joke. It's true. Are you like me? You find yourself sometimes snapping at the leastest thing. Or just like, shut up, yeah, I do. I apologize now to the people or the person I may have done that to. Apologies. I think they
You
probably
should
know
maybe
already.
walk around with a badge. A
There
badge.
should be one for women saying, I'm on my period. Give me the
Yeah.
badge. You know
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one that
yeah.
you get the ones that say, baby, I'm bored. You need the one that
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
we
yeah,
should start,
yeah,
yeah, but we need to start
yeah.
that. That's our new thing to get a
That's
badge
true. Yeah,
started.
get a badge to say I'm on my period, so give me the damn seat. Or
That's an
give
idea.
me
Do not, hey people, do not copy our idea. We've
right.
just thought this one. This
It
is our
should
idea.
there should be variations. I'm on my period, give me the seat. I'm on my period, give me space.
Yeah.
I'm on my period, so shut the fuck up.
Yes, that's right. All them three and above. All them three and
Or
above.
the final, I'm on my period. With just the eyes.
I like that one. I'm on my period in just the eyes. I like that one. We're
in the
going for that. You
sideways.
see, those coming soon with the t-shirts. They're coming soon, so I'm
Right,
there.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. It'll be a part of our merch.
Yeah, it's a good idea, though. We do. I think we need those badges just to have that respect for those
Yeah.
days.
Give me my space, damn it. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Move away.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
especially if you smell like, you know what? My senses are, yeah, I'm very,
Heightened.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But yeah, so really, yeah, all
Oh,
silly, babe.
Nick
All is,
said she's waiting for the merch.
yeah, coming soon,
Yes.
baby girl. Coming soon. Coming
Yeah,
soon.
I'm on my period merch. Trust
T-shirts
me, it's
and badges.
coming. Yeah.
I'm on my
T-shirts
period.
will actually, talking of merch, the t-shirts will be available to purchase in April.
Yeah,
Um, the
I'm not too
badges,
bad.
the badges might be available then too. Who knows? We'll
I
see.
know,
We'll
coming
see.
soon, coming soon.
Coming soon,
Hey.
man.
But yeah, so I've got off my chest what is really been consuming my mind for the last 2 days.
Cheers. Have a
Cheers.
cup of tea. What are you drinking actually?
Water.
I thought I'd ask because you never know with this one. It could be a rum. It could be a red stripe. Who knows?
That was the weekend, babe. That was the weekend. That was the weekend.
Okay.
Yes, that was the weekend.
I'm drinking tea.
I'm drinking water. I'm trying to cleanse my system. I will say, okay, I'll have a confession.
Sorry, I just have to. I never know
Yeah,
when she
I'll do it
says
with
this.
you.
I never know what's coming, so I'm going to have my
I'm gonna
poker
do the
face. Let me
finish the
fix my
hang.
poker face, please. Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
poker face. Right. No, earlier
Look into
because
the
yeah,
camera. Please look into the camera straight, and I'll say it.
so earlier because yeah, as I was saying not so long ago about sometimes I have some crazy cravings. And earlier I was craving coffee. I've not drank coffee in years, and I do have coffee in my cupboard. So that's what I had earlier. That's my confession. That's it. That was it. It wasn't, it's not that deep. Yeah.
Was that really it?
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody that don't know me well, I can be somewhat sometimes dramatic.
Dramatic. Uh, uh, let me breathe. I'm being burnt. I do not have a sage smudge stick, but I am burning white sage incense. So right now, that is.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe because I was watching A Bronx Tale last night, and the little boy, there's a scene when he goes to the church and he's like, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." So that was my moment of confessions.
Thank you, Neeks. She sat up waiting for the confession. Yo, I'm here. The girl told me to drink coffee. I'm like, you drink coffee.
I haven't drank it in years. And I'm like, I drank coffee. Oh my gosh. Coffee and sugar.
Did it taste nice?
It did.
Okay,
It
I'm
did.
glad.
I had it with
What a
coconut milk.
confession! Me get me nobody. Oh,
Listen, that's my confession. That's my confession. Yeah, I enjoyed it, Neeks. I sure did. Okay, part two to my confession. I had 3 cups.
oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Bring it on. Bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it, bring it.
Yeah, that's part two. I had 3 cups.
Oh my God, I thought it was going to be.
Listen, you need to change the subject because all that's on my mind is period. You want me to start spitting bars about periods?
Oh no, man, no, don't. The spitting bars. We have
Oh.
to. We've just had a really good talk about them, and I talking about coffee. You drank 3 cups. Wow, whoop-de-doo-ba-doo.
I know,
Whoop-de-doo-doo,
because it goes against
whoop-de-doo-ba-blah.
everything that I believe and that I was just talking about. Because really, I shouldn't have had a coffee, but I did. I just gave in. Yeah, I did it. Oh my gosh.
Anything else you want to confess? Anybody else want to confess anything while they're on the line? C86 says, bro, hey, bro, how you
Hey,
doing?
bro.
Naomi's just made a few confessions. Do you have anything you need to confess, babes?
Yeah.
Anything you want to confess to, sister? Yes, look at yo, babe. See,
Hey, hey,
look what
hey,
we've
hey,
got. Look,
hey, hey,
look,
hey, hey, hey,
look
hey,
what
hey.
we've got.
The
Mwah.
86ers was the brainchild
Yes, you don't know. You
that
say we have
created a
t-shirt now.
logo.
Yeah,
Hit
you
the
know.
up.
We
Hit the
have
thing up.
t-shirts now. We have t-shirts
Mm-hmm.
now, babes. We're not
Whoa.
playing. We are not playing about.
But yeah, you got
Okay.
a confession, King? King and Queens, any confessions?
Yeah,
Like I can't
Naomi's
think
is she drank 3 cups of coffee with sugar. Was that today?
that was today.
That
And
was
look, because like
today.
usually, like back in the day, coffee used to actually make me tired, but it didn't
Yeah,
today. It
it
didn't.
didn't.
I stayed
It
awake.
didn't.
No.
Kept you okay. Made
Yeah,
you
when the
alert. Kept you awake.
yeah,
Maybe
sometimes
that's just. Maybe that's why he's feeling high and spaced out, baby.
yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. My life is so freaking exciting. Oh my gosh. I have the wildest confessions. Oh my gosh.
But I have. What do I have to
Yeah,
confess?
what do you have to confess, Fiona? Don't look at me. Look at me. What do you have to confess, sister cousin friend? Look at me. Look at me. What do you have to confess?
You know, yesterday I'm a
What?
vegan, right? Took my mum out for lunch.
Yes.
Ordered the food. I seen. I ordered. Well, yeah, I'll have this as a start, and it didn't click. I ordered something, thinking it was something else. Then it came, and as I was speaking to my mum, because there's a word my grandma used to say called Clyding. It tastes Clyding. So anyway, I'm eating this thing. I went, oh, this is really nice. At least it doesn't taste Clyding. And I looked at it and I went, this is calamari and seafood. I was like, oh my God. People, people, I was so distressed. I was so distressed, so distressed. No, you don't understand. I haven't, name it, I haven't eaten seafood for years. Went all the way to Jamaica,
And didn't touch one piece.
didn't touch no fried fish, no pepper
When
prawns.
Auntie was cooking up the fish, you didn't have nothing.
I didn't have nothing. My mom literally had to do separate escovitch with the pepper for me. I
Hmm.
wasn't touching. But yes, I'm going to vegan hell. I was so distressed. I was so distressed. And the thing is, when I ordered it, I seen calamari, but for some reason I was thinking cauliflower. For some reason I was thinking onion rings or cauliflower. You know, bang bang cauliflower. So for some reason I seen the word calamari, but when I seen the picture, I was thinking something totally different, and it didn't click. So I was like, mommy, and then I went, yeah, yeah, Nana would say it tastes Clyding. Oh shit, it's seafood.
Okay, so
Oh
question, did you finish them?
no, I gave them to my mum.
Okay.
No, I didn't finish them. I couldn't. I was like, no. She goes, what? She goes, yeah, I was thinking that. She said, here's my mum. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm sure you don't eat seafood. And thanks, mother, for just watching me eat it, the thing.
You know,
That's my
Auntie were gonna
confession.
say nothing.
I was like,
She was
oh
probably giggling
my
inside,
God.
watching you eat it and laughing inside.
I was like, Mum, you have that. I thought maybe that's why I ordered extra starters, because I actually ordered an extra starter, and I don't know why. I thought and I thought that might be why.
Uh,
But that's my confession. So distressed. What do you mean steak? I don't eat meat. Go away. No, no, no. That's my confession. I was so distraught.
Oh, bless you.
I was like, after all these years, and I
You're gonna have
went
to
into bed.
detox that out, babes. You're gonna have to detox that out and flush it
I
out.
know, drinking me tea, water. Oh, yeah. So that's my confession. Oh, yeah, yes, the 86s. It was a moment. It did taste nice, did. I was like, until I realized I was like, oh no, no, no. But you
The
taste so good
broccoli
putting that,
monster is
man.
coming for you. Literally, the broccoli monster.
Yeah, it's probably gonna come for me in my sleep or something. It's no joke, man. Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh
That's my.
my God. So you see, we've both shared confessions. So maybe that's the theme for today's talk is confessions. I would play Usher, but if I play Usher confessions, Instagram will probably like put us on some copyright BS.
Yeah. How long
Would
have
you
I
like me to
been?
sing it? Would you like me to sing it?
No, thank you. We've got a question. How long you been vegan for? Oh,
Ah, you really put me down. You're so ranking out of order.
yeah, yeah. I admit this. I am ranking. I'm out of order, and I put you down. I did it.
This
How
is
long have
my
I been vegan for now?
confession.
For how long have I been vegan for? Even I forget.
It's a few years
It's a few years now.
because I think we've,
4 years, five maybe.
yeah, yeah, it's a few years. We've both been vegan for roughly the same time, but I've been on and off. You've been consistent.
You know what? It's more than mm,
Oi,
maybe,
C86ers, you're even
maybe
telling me
five
not to sing
years.
as well with your rank self. If
No, he's
I
not
want to
ranking.
sing, I will
He's
sing.
expressing himself. He's expressing himself. That's what he's doing. But yeah, I think probably around 5 years or more. I'm trying to think. Yeah, 5 years. That's full vegan, no dairy. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I cut out dairy long time ago because dairy was messing up my system. So that was a no. But vegan for a few years now. Remember when the last, okay, because my ex,
I would say a few years, but then if you include Jamaica, then a couple months. Yeah. But again, like that for you've already confessed that you ate meat in Jamaica, babe. So
yeah, I
why?
know, but I'm thinking about the whole journey, babes. The whole
Yeah,
journey.
yeah, exactly. So the whole journey, if you include Jamaica, that was November. We came back December, January, February, 4 months.
Yeah, listen, right, I can talk for myself. But yeah, okay, then yeah. All right. Since because Jamaica, I ain't gonna lie, I ate meat, I enjoyed it, and I ain't taking none of it back. So when
She did enjoy it too. She
I
enjoyed it
did,
all,
I
man.
did. It was fish, chicken, fish, chicken. What? Fish, chicken, fish,
And I was
chicken,
not on it. I
chicken,
was
fish,
around all that,
chicken, fish,
smelling everything, the
fish,
fish
chicken,
cooking.
chicken, fish,
Yeah,
fish, chicken. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And you know, the meat tasted fresh. It was different to how it tasted
yeah.
here. So I didn't get no build up or stomach pains or nothing in my belly. But the beginning of
Mm.
my vegan journey would have been when we're in 2023 now, would have been like around 2009, 10. That was when I started on and off my vegan journey. It would have been
2010, really?
Yeah, it was when I was with my ex. We split in 2011. And when I was
Okay.
with him, that's when I cut out meat. Because I can remember my first hurdle, because I used to love mm,
So is
Nigerian
that full
suya.
vegan or vegetarian, or is that full vegan, as in no
Full
dairy, no
vegan,
fish?
because even before I got with him, I'd already cut out dairy.
Okay.
Mm. I'd already cut out dairy before I even got with him. So yeah, during our relationship, that was when Yeah, it was mad because we went on what's the diet called again?
The vegan version of yourself got stuck in customs. You
Yo,
are
thing,
killing me
and
today.
yo, the vegan part, it didn't get stuck. I left her in, before I checked in my bags, yeah, she was left. She was left. Because I already said,
She's left
remember,
her baggage. She's left her luggage at
yeah,
check-in.
I left that baggage and I told them to keep her. Keep her. Keep her. Because I already says to everyone before when we go to Jamaica, I'm going to be eating meat, right? So don't say nothing. When I'm eating the meat, don't say nothing. They say nothing. I don't want to hear, near me. I thought I don't want to hear nothing. Just let me eat. Let me eat in peace.
Uh,
So yeah, she got
uh,
checked. She got left. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. I'll see you when we get back from the warmth. I was honest through and through. Because I knew what time it was when I knew what the time was going to be when we got there.
mm.
But yeah, it would have been like, yeah, 2009, 2010. That's when I started like cutting, yeah, when I first cut out meat. Because yeah, like my first hurdle was because I used to love Nigerian suya. Suya.
Okay.
My gosh, my gosh, my gosh. And that was the first hurdle. That was so hard. And the time that I could walk past a Nigerian restaurant that sells suya, and I didn't go in there to buy suya. And I went into, it was in Peckham, because every time I walked past this shop, I would buy suya. And then there was one time I was like, yeah, you can do it. We can do it. Mm. So I went in there and I asked for plantain with suya seasoning. I got cussed off by the chef. Chef cussed me. He cussed me so bad. And I stood there and I laughed because he was just like, we don't do that. And I was like, yeah, but you sell plantain. So can I have the plantain and you sprinkle some suya? He cussed me so bad. And I walked out of there. I didn't care that I got cussed. I was like, I did it. Did it. So yeah, that was the start of my journey. From when I could refuse soya, I was good. Hmm.
Oh dear. Hey!
Oh gosh, gosh, gosh. But yeah, man, it's a journey. It really is.
Oh,
It really
dear.
is. And like, yeah, when you're buying food, you really have to look at the ingredients because it may not, you may not be eating straight meat, but some of the ingredients could,
Traces of
could,
meat.
yeah, could come from traces of meat. So yeah, it can be long sometimes, but it's worth it. It's worth it to know exactly what you're eating, where it come from.
Mm. Especially if you're a person that has sweets, man. Make sure you're checking for the gelatin thing because that's people will
Yeah,
forget stuff like that.
yeah, because our
Always
gelatin
forget
is
stuff.
coming from pork belly,
Exactly.
So yeah, man.
Talking of confessions, a question for whoever is on here.
Hmm.
How soon in a relationship
Oh
should
Lord.
you what must be how soon in a relationship should you think you should confess, say, your sexual fantasy to your partner if you have one? How soon?
I would say as soon as possible.
Really?
Yeah, because if you don't, then you could be setting yourself up for failure to where like you start to have an expectation and they're like, nah. Because if it's a fantasy that you can't live without, and it's just like, I don't need it every day, but little spice here and there, you know, surprise me, drop it on me here and there. But they're like, nah, never. That's going to be an issue. But if you talk about things, it doesn't have to be straight away, but the earlier the better. So there's no surprises, to be honest.
But then what you're talking about there is that a fantasy or a kink. Because a fantasy for me is something that you will do. It's like a story. Okay, my fantasy is to do this, and you do it the one time, and then it's gone.
I'd say fantasy, kink, fetish, whatever it is, the sooner the better.
Same, as soon as you both what to expect from the relationship sexually. Okay, just like that.
Mm, I'd say whatever it is, if it's a kink, if it's a fetish, if it's a fantasy, a thought, like speak your truth from early. Do you know what I mean? Because if you
Okay,
don't,
yeah. Would you still speak your truth knowing that you're speaking with this person, getting to know them, and they're talking about what they like sexually and what they don't like, and what they've expressed, what they don't like is part of your fantasy or your kink.
mm, would I still speak to them?
Would you still go into that relationship, and then would you still let them know, knowing that what you're liking is something they've literally said, that is not, no, that is not, and you're thinking, but yo, that's my thing.
Mm. Interesting question. It depends on the delivery of their message. Because sometimes
What do
people
you mean by that? The delivery of the message? Message. Sorry.
message. It could be where someone could be like, nah, nah, but you can hear a in the nah.
What is it? What? Before I get into what you've just said, Neeks has said it's not going to work because then you're settling. Okay, but now, no, let's get into your. Nah.
Or my brain is just
Please
gone.
explain this. Please explain.
Brain, space up brain, do, 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 do. Stars, stars. Anyway, yeah, I'm back. Right, so going back to what I just said. It's true what you just
Yeah,
said.
please. Please.
Right. Right. So someone could say something, right? And because even like when some people are like, nah, but you can feel or hear a through their message. And I can't fully explain what that will sound like because everyone's is different.
Yeah, I don't know, babes. What do you mean? What we're talking about, or what this lady's talking about? No. Like I said, I'm drinking my tea. I just have to.
Right. I'm trying to explain. Hold
Ah,
on. Hold on. Hold on.
do I need to get another cup of tea?
Do you want me to fill it for you, babes? I'll fill it. Fill it. Right. I can't fully, everyone's way of communicating is different, but sometimes someone can say something, but there's this space of, like, even though they're saying nah, they're like, it might just be like a millisecond, or it's like you can feel like, even though they're like, you can feel a, and that, that woman, lol. Shut up, Tasha. Right. But that is an opening to maybe. So if I
Oh, what's happened? Have I froze? Hang on, you're freezing.
me,
Or was it me? Something just froze. Hang on.
okay,
Keep talking, keep talking, keep talking.
isn't it best it comes out of their mouths and assuming what they are saying or thinking? Very true. Valid point, Tasha. Very valid point. However, it's not that I'm assuming. It's just that with some subjects, it's not, especially when they're putting on a, I won't say an act, but their representative is like, no, but their soul is, So it's not that I'm assuming, but their soul is speaking to me. So I will speak back to the soul and respond with a So I wouldn't totally delete. I know what I'm talking about. And it's only when you experience this that you'll fully understand what I'm talking about. But I'm making rotted sense.
So is this something that you have experienced?
Yes.
Someone that, what you've, someone that, so which way was it? They were saying it was something that you went
They would
into or
never
they
do.
went into?
They would never do. They would never do.
Right,
But the
okay.
soul was, hmm. So I was like, oh. Um,
But how do you know their soul was,
because
through
I
their
heard it,
eyes?
I heard it, and I felt it. Yeah, it borders on a grey area. So that's what the is. It's a grey area. Sometimes people will say something because one, they've grown up with this thought, or they've been surrounded by this kind of perception that you shouldn't do this. Man, don't do this. Da 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 da. That's just not for me. But in some messages, in some deliveries, you can feel or hear the, I'm not quite sure that I really fully believe this. I'm saying this because of what I've been surrounded by, not because I'm not interested in doing that, or that I'm not, no, not interested, curious. The is a curiosity.
So then would you then go back and ask the question, why are you not into doing that?
Yeah.
Rather than,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I probe on to asking questions, and then that gives more answers. That gives more answers. And so, yeah, sometimes it's just like, yeah, this isn't really going to work, or this is what I need, or what I like, or what I want, you know? But I think we've had this discussion before um, about our sexual desires and stuff, and like what is a good enough reason to lock something off or lock somebody off. Do you know what I mean? So it's something that, yeah, especially as getting older, it's like, okay, not to be so narrow-minded, and to be to really listen to the message and what's being said.
So what is though Tasha said, no, then it gets tricky and then it could lead into something you don't want to go down and being accused of something which should not have happened. I hear what she's saying.
I hear that, but no. Like,
What do you mean now?
if they didn't want to do it, they wouldn't have done it.
No, no, but sometimes some people do things to please their partner, no?
Yeah, they do. But we all have choices.
And then that person's choice is to please their partner.
Yeah.
But
And
then
I
it's not something
respect.
they want to do.
Then we have a discussion about that. It doesn't,
Okay.
yeah, we'd have a discussion about that and not turn it into a blame game. And I think, again, that comes with age. Do you know what I mean? Being not just numbers, numerically mature, but mentally mature, emotionally mature about it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
So it's just like, you can't blame me. Well, first of all, I'll say thank you. And then I'll say, you can't blame me. Thank you for pleasing me, but you can't blame me. It's not my fault. You wanted to do it. I didn't tell you to go there.
Okay. But then why would they blame you? Oh, I see what from what Tasha's saying.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Not saying that, but okay, because I'm being really playful. So I'm being really playful. Um, there are times when that does happen, when someone isn't comfortable and they've done something and then they live to regret it. Now, again, I'm going to use the word age. As I've got older, I've become a lot more confident and aware of myself. Do you know what I mean? So I've become a lot more mature, confident, and being more responsible with my own choices. And when I'm pointing the finger, realizing the thumb is pointing back at me. So when I'm ready to blame someone, I have to hold myself accountable of what part I played. So take away the playfulness, because I've been kind of playful up until now, but it is, yeah, me being like, okay, then grown up to grown up, we're communicating about things. Do you know what I mean? And I expect when you tell me something that this is your whole truth, nothing but the truth. If you then lied, is that my fault? If it was to be said, you made me feel this way, I'll be like, I'm sorry if I made you feel this way. However, if I did not physically force you to do this, then there's a part of you that positioned your body in this way to do this that to me looked like you wanted to do it. Do you know what I mean? So it is really tricky, and I know that kind of to reverse it, there are women that say this. Do you know what I mean? There are women that have said and do say this. But I say this as a woman that, again, with age, I have been taking and holding myself a lot more accountable, learning from mistakes, becoming a lot more vocal, and even when it's uncomfortable, to do my very best to communicate exactly what I mean. And even if it takes me a long time, to eventually get there, you know? Because all the times when I'm saying something and then these thoughts of my inner voice are saying something different, I learned that I am the one that's hurting myself. I didn't tell that man or that person my whole truth. And then I asked, is it their fault or is it mine? And it's something I've had to learn how to do because I wasn't always like that. Growing up, I was always the people pleaser. I've had to learn to stop being the people pleaser. So that's my, you know, on a serious note, that's my thought process, you know? Yeah.
There's a
But yeah.
question here. But what if you are in a relationship that is dominated by one person? Hold on.
And
That
you
is
just
dominated
follow
by,
what they want.
and you just follow what they want, which leads me back to what I said before: is you're doing it to please your partner.
Yeah, yeah.
So not to please
If a
yourself,
relationship is
but to please
dominated
your
by,
partner.
yeah, if a relationship is dominated by one person, that's a choice that you both have made. I know it's not what everybody would like to hear, however, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's a choice that you've both made to be dominated or to be the dominant one. If you wasn't comfortable with that, put your hand up and say something. If one point, even if you start a relationship like that and you're comfortable with it at the beginning, then at a point it becomes uncomfortable, put your hand up and say. And that's something that, regardless of age, whatever, culture, we need to learn how to do that a lot more often. And I say that because I've been there where my focus in particular relationships was, as long as he's good, as long as he's being pleased, then I'm doing my job. Even though I have vouched and says I've never faked an orgasm, but I have been in relationships where my focus was to please my man and not to fully please myself, you know, not to enjoy the moment even fully. So yeah, as I've grown, that's something where I've had to learn to communicate and be a lot more honest with what feels good for me, what direction I want to go in. If the man is more dominant, do I want to be dominated or led by him? You know, do I trust his leadership in whichever shape, way, form that is? So yeah, these are valid questions, but again, we do have to check and ask ourselves those questions. Those are very key questions of what we're getting ourselves into.
I think my answer to Tasha's last question would be if it's something that makes, yes, you're wanting to please your partner. However, if you find it's something that makes you uncomfortable, then say no, or just don't do it.
Mm,
Because you
mm.
don't, like you said, you don't want to be doing something that makes you uncomfortable because then you yourself, you're not enjoying it. So yeah, don't, doesn't make sense.
Mm. But yeah, see, I started off playful, then I became serious.
Yeah, you go for it.
But yeah, yeah. So
But
I
yeah,
mean,
confessions, man. I just came across like, yeah, when do you feel it's right to let that person know about your specified kink, fetish, fantasy?
because you can have those conversations without it being like, oh yeah, this is my kink. How you mean? Do you want to do it? Are you? Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It doesn't. Just because you're talking about a kink, well, you're talking about sex in any way, shape, or form, does not mean that it has to be communicated in a way where you have there's an expectation. You can communicate things without anything having to happen. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
So
just a normal conversation.
yeah,
Just a
yeah,
normal
yeah.
open
So there's no,
conversation.
I think, yeah, like when I was younger, in my younger years, I followed rules, by other people's rules. Now
Hmm.
I've set my own rule that when I feel that something is right, I will go with that. And when I honestly, thoroughly feel that it's thoroughly right for me. Do you know what I mean? So having certain conversations, like I can remember, in my early relationship, I would avoid speaking my truth. I would try to block out emotions of how I felt about certain things, um, things I was scared of, because if I show him that I'm scared of this, then he's going to take advantage. Da, 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 da. Show my vulnerabilities, only speaking on my strengths and not my weaknesses, because it's like, oh, if I show my weaknesses, then he's going to take advantage. Now, I was in a relationship where all I was doing was showing my strengths. He still took advantage of me because I was not living in my truth. Like your truth is still worn on your face, on your skin, on your being. So he saw through all the bullshit, excuse my language,
Hmm.
but all the bullshit, and still fully abused me in various ways. I've spoken about it, so I ain't gonna go deep into it
Hmm.
tonight. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Hmm.
But in various ways, saw through all my bullshit and still took full advantage of me. So as I've, got over that trauma and as I've got older, I speak my truth. And if you're gonna judge me by my truth, then bye bye. Like we are not right for one another. If you have particular opinions that make me feel uncomfortable, that are not supportive, that are very judgmental, that's very negative, that doesn't take into account that we all have history, we all have di- differing views. Do you know what I mean? So I walk forward being a lot more honest to myself, with myself, of myself.
If okay, another question. If then you're getting to you're seeing someone now, you're in a relationship, for instance, and
Hmm.
this person has a particular fetish or a kink that you ain't into, like you just no. how would you approach that situation?
I would let them know. I'd think
Mm.
about it, but I'd let them know. And again, communication. Is there any way we can get around that?
Would that be the be all and end all of
It
that
really
relationship?
depends on if we're able to compromise or not. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? If we're able to compromise, it might not be the end of it. But if we're unable to compromise and to work around it, it depends on what it is, some way, shape, or form, then yeah, then it
Yeah.
could be the end of. But yeah, like you're right there, love.
Because I'm honest, I'm all right. I'm all right, though. I'm all right. I'm
Bless
all
you.
right. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, people. Cheers with this. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
But yeah, it's yeah, communication, that's all I can say is communication, communication, communication. Um,
So,
yeah,
yes, like Naomi said, communication. Say, people, when you're watching this back, yeah, and you have some kind of confession, yeah, a sexual fantasy, be a fetish or a kink, whatever it is, better, right? You be upfront and just let them know, like, I'm into this or into that, rather than spring it on them in a situation. You find yourself in a situation, they're like, hell to the blood clean. No.
right, right. Because I've
No.
seen those films, do you know what I mean, where someone's
It's,
had a particular
it's not nice.
fetish and then they
That's not
spring it
nice.
on the person and they're like, it's like, oh, the first night of staying over. And then the man will come out like, "Ding!" And then the woman's like, ordering a taxi to get back home. And it's just like, no, 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 no surprises. Not that kind of surprise. No.
No, what kind of surprise? What's that? What?
No, like someone surprising you with thinking that, getting out the jazz hands, and then they've got an expectation where, oh, you're gonna find this sexy too, and then
Yeah,
the other
no,
person's
man,
like, what
no.
the freak? Nah, speak your truth.
No, no, no. Best
If
speak. Just
the more of us that speak our truth, the closer we will.
especially when it comes to sex, especially that we
Yeah,
mentioned this. Speak the truth.
yeah.
Be
You
open.
know,
We don't speak about sex enough, so yeah.
yeah, because there's a lot of things that people are doing behind closed doors that they don't want no one to know.
And that's fine. It's behind your closed doors. No one needs to know your business apart from that person you are
That's
wanting to get to
that's
know.
it.
No
When
one,
I'm
yeah, no
saying
one
no
needs to know
one,
what you're
yeah,
doing.
it
No
doesn't
one
need
needs
to
to
be
know. It's fine.
widely known, but if you the person that you're intimate with, the person that you're with, the
Yeah, no
person
one
that
needs
you're
to
committed
know.
to, that's the person that needs to know. If you're
That's
living a
good.
life and living a different life behind that person, then you two aren't aligned.
Mm.
Does it really make sense?
Open, man. If you're someone that wants to have the sexualations every day, tell them you want to have it. You're someone that wants to have it every day.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah,
like, you know what, I'm not like that, I kind of like it once a month, let them know it's once a month. Because if it's someone that
yeah,
wants it every day and you're once a month, you need to come to some agreement.
yeah,
You need to
yeah,
come to some alignment. You know what I mean?
yeah. Or if you're unable to align, because I've
Mm.
heard about those situations happening where so a woman getting with a man at the beginning of the relationship, he wants it all the time, he wants it all the time. She's like, yeah, yeah, I'm gonna give it to him all the time. And then after 6 months, it turns out that she did that to keep him, but really her appetite is every 2 weeks. Why did you do it at the beginning so
Mm.
often? You're living a
Because
lie.
then now that's an expectation. That's what he's expecting
Yeah,
every day, all day, every day
yeah,
of the day.
exactly. So yeah. And I think as women, I'll speak to and for women. When it comes to sex, I think there's a lot of information that we've been deprived of. That and I use the word deprived that we've been taught to shy away from the subject instead of speaking openly and understanding what it is what is sex, that it's okay to have sexual needs, it's okay to have sexual pleasures or to desire certain sexual pleasures, and to communicate that and to understand it for ourselves, you know, because
Okay.
um
Question though,
yeah,
would you say deprived as women, but then what about the men there? Because from I can't speak for men, but I'm saying look at it kind of like from that situation.
mm,
They see porn and they thinking that's what's expected.
mm,
So what's your point? Okay, I'm meant to do that. This is what I'm meant to do to please my woman. So as
mm.
men is
But
that
I
is
guess
that
all of
I
us
don't know.
then,
I'm just like I said, I can't speak for men, but are
yeah,
men not
I guess,
deprived too as well?
yeah, they are. All of us have been
Mm,
deprived of the correct information of what sex is, um, and to be a lot more honest. Yeah, on both sides. On both sides. There's a lot of misinformation. Do you know what I mean?
mm.
A lot of misinformation. Like, mm, I can remember meeting a woman some years back now, and it was the first time hearing a woman saying how she's sexually liberated and how shocking that was for me. But then I had to dig deep on what does that actually mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when I did used to bring the conversations to, you know, like various people just to see what their interpretation to them was of when a woman says that she's sexually liberated.
What were the answers that you got back?
It was so mixed. It was
Mm-hmm.
so mixed. Some was positive, like, oh yeah, that's good. You know, there was some like, what do you mean? Sexually liberated? That means that she's a hoe. Do you know what I mean? It was very mixed. It was very mixed. So yeah, it was interesting just to see people's responses and me forging my own idea of what that meant.
So can you
But
remember
then
what she sorry, can you remember what she said by that when she said sexually liberated? Can you remember what she meant? Or did she not explain it?
at first she didn't fully really well, the more we spoke, sorry, I have to laugh. And I'm laughing because you know who I'm talking about. So the more that we,
Yeah.
it will get to you. The more that she spoke, the
Oh
more,
yeah, sorry, yeah.
the
I just had
more,
a moment. I drink my tea.
yeah. The at first, at first I was taking it more as a positive, like, okay, she's in tune with herself. She knows what she wants, what she desires, um, how she needs to be pleased, how to please a man, even though not every man is the same. But then I did come to understand that it was more of an ego thing to
Right,
to
okay.
to like say if a woman had never experienced an orgasm, it was like, well, I get orgasms all the time because I'm sexually liberated and I know everything about sex and you know, I know what positions work and how it works for me and how to put it down and how to swirl it. I orgasm all the time and it's fucking amazing. There's never a time I don't orgasm. You
But
know,
maybe she did though. Maybe she did orgasm all the
maybe
time.
she did, but yeah, it just became a bit excessive. Like, I think and it was, and when I say excessive, it was when the conversations weren't just between me and her, when I was finding that even on a large group setting, whenever, like, say, a group of women are all talking and exchanging their sexual experiences or thoughts or whatever it could be, that she always had to beat the other woman's story. If one woman says that she had an orgasm or she felt a little bit of pleasure, well, I got pleasured extremely.
I
Oh
do
yeah, I
actually
had.
remember.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
you
remember,
know.
yeah, yeah, I remember because it's one something I mentioned and it actually shut her up.
Yeah. I had an
I
orgasm. Well,
recall.
I had 10 orgasms all in one night. And it was just like my head was just like that, like who am I to listen to? And it was just more like a baton, like to beat everybody else's story. So that was where that's why I use the word ego, because it was very
Yeah.
egotistical, you know. However, yeah, like a woman being sexually liberated, it depends on who you're talking to, what their experiences are, what their expression is, what it's
Hmm.
like defining what that actually means. Sexual liberation for one woman will not be the same for another.
Oh yeah, yeah, understandable. I just wanted to know what that woman's version of sexual liberation was.
Yeah, it was
And
ego.
as you said, she kept, yeah, sexual orgasms all the time, every day, I'm fine with 40, I'm telling my hey.
Yeah, when
Okay.
certain stories weren't totally matching up. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, and you learn from one another. You know, learn from one another.
Mm. I think as women as well, we tend to, I think we will share our sexual experiences more. I'm not sure about men. I'm not sure if that's something that men will chat to their brethren about, to be fair. I know as women, it's
Mm,
something we will talk about. Not, for me, it's not, yes, it's ladies' night, let's just talk about sex and how my man would. You have, like, for
mm,
example, your close knit friends, the ones that you call your sisters. If you're talking, it's brought in a conversation. You know,
mm,
you will speak on it. If
yeah.
it comes up, you will speak on it, and we will share our experiences, be it good or
Mm,
bad. And then, like you said, we learn from each other in that respect, in what
mm,
we share from each other.
mm. What I found with man, and anyone that's listening or anyone that watches back, correct me if I'm wrong, but what I found with man is, okay, excuse my language. If they're just beating, slamming, dunking, and they've got no full investment, then they will share. But when they really like someone, they keep it shum. They will not share. They don't want any of the mandem to know. They won't say nothing. But if it's just like, yeah, I beat the ting and yeah, I beat this gal and da 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 da, da, then they will share. Um, the
But then
story.
that's not sharing an experience. I just saying I just beat the gal. Yeah.
Well, it depends on to what degree. It depends on to what degree. I'm just saying it like that because I'm just to keep it just brief. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But if they're really interested, liking somebody, into somebody, into the woman, into the woman, they won't really go deep into sharing because it's theirs. They keep it private. They don't know. They don't want another man to even think about their woman or that particular woman in a way because they really like that woman. So it's just like they're not going to
Hmm.
share. But again, like, is there anyone here that disagrees or I don't know. I could be, but
Hmm.
that's what I've been told by certain men.
Okay. It'd
Yeah.
be interesting for some men to when they read back, when they watch back. Sorry. Please let us know your thoughts and comments on this, because as we say, we're two sisters here. We can, like I've mentioned before, we cannot
Speak for
speak
a
for
man.
men.
No, no,
I
no.
can say what I kind of think, but I can't speak for you, brothers. I can't speak. That's why I
Hmm.
encourage you to come on and speak. So yeah, it'd be lovely and interesting to hear men's views on this conversation about confessions and sexual kinks and fantasies and stuff. And if there's been anyone that's been really afraid to tell their partner what their kink is because it's kind of, see, like you said, we don't speak about it enough.
Mm.
And because we don't speak about it, kinks and fetishes enough, there's a misconception,
Hmm.
especially in the Black community. So there could be someone that has a kink or a fetish, but they're scared to share it because of the response they will get.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you do, man? Oh dear.
Mm.
Just go to the parties by yourself. That makes sense.
Go to the parties.
Just go sit down. I actually wouldn't
Well,
mind going
you
to one of those
talking about
parties, but I
parties
would,
already,
like I
but
said
yeah, but
before,
the
I
thing
wouldn't mind
is,
going, but I just
I
want to go
can
sit
remember
down.
a few years ago. Oh gosh, oh my, it's going back some years now. Because yeah, I was in London for so many years. Yeah, like 14 and 15 years. And yeah, it was going back a few years, and I can remember someone talking about sex parties, and I was like, huh? Because I was just like, whoa, what sex parties? What? Because yeah, I had no, I had no idea. I was
Mm.
like, these things actually happen, and them saying that they went to one, and I was like, huh? I was gobsmacked. They thought they didn't think they was going to see anyone. They saw peeps that they knew. So you say, so you say that about going to the party on your own, but then that can happen.
I would be by the bar drinking water with a lime in it and some ice, sipping and just going like this from side to side. Cheers, cheers.
That's possibly what they was doing, but yeah, it was just like, yeah, sitting on their own and then, oh, hi.
I think I would like to go and
Mm.
just ask people why they're there, why they get, just to find out their story. Because I think everyone has a different story.
But do a
Um,
documentary.
yes,
Just go around with a mic, like how people do on, like when people go into the streets for social media
yeah,
asking random questions. You okay? So
yeah.
go to the sex party with a mic, with a
Okay,
camera.
so a person we knew went on a date to one, and they are married now. Oh,
Oh
really? But to
wow!
the person they went. Hold on, stop.
Hold on. What do you
So
mean?
someone you know went on a date with someone to a sex party. What type of a date? Sorry. They went on a date to a sex party. Is this what you're saying? They
Did
went
they
on a date.
know? Did they know that that was where they was going? Was this all agreed
Even
before
still,
they
they
went?
went on the date. I'm very
That's
confused.
they must have discussed that before.
But those types of parties are usually doctors and lawyers. Now you see, it all depends on the parties you're talking about because you will have the sex parties where people like swingers parties, people will go rooms, then you have the ones that are in big mansions, like
Mm,
the kings and the fetishes parties. And I know I've been told that there's where you'll find your solicitors, your doctors, your exec, they're in
mm.
those kind of parties, those kind of places. Now
Nay,
you
I
know
know
them.
them. Okay, I don't know who
Well,
you're
like if you want to share, it's a safe space. After just DM'd in.
Oh wow, okay.
So you didn't answer the question then. So did they go on a date? Was one of their first dates to a sex party or a fetish party, a swingers party? Yeah. Or was it one of the sex party where you go and you swap partners and you go in the pool and out, or you go in the rooms and
Or did
condoms
they
are
even
flying about?
did they share that
What?
amount of information? Tash might not even know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Again, like that must have been a discussion that they had for them to
Let's go.
know
Let's
that,
just go to one of these.
nope, not sharing. Yeah. So that must have been a discussion that they had, knowing that, okay, this is what we, again, early communication, right?
Yeah.
So
Let's
they
just go and see what it's
communicated the
like.
things that they're into. They both agreed this is what they would like to do. Maybe it was something new. We're like, oh, I've never done this.
Let's
Oh,
just
would
go.
you be interested in this? Oh, yeah, I'd be interested in that. They agreed to go. It matched.
After a fetish party around Christmas, so yeah, I've been told they're different fetish party because like a big group and
I don't, but I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know what the It was funny. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been, so I don't know all the. I
I
know
must
the
say that I've
fetish.
been. It's not a bit. It's when I've seen them advertised because fetish parties are they're big, they're huge. It's literally like a dance.
Oh,
It's a big. It's like a party. You
okay,
go there. They can have like a theme. So, for example, you need to dress this like dress all in rubber or something. Somewhere you dress whatever, but it's like a big. You have DJs. It's like a big party in a big space.
okay.
Whereas the ones that we've spoke about before, they're in places where there are different rooms where that isn't really a party.
Oh,
Yeah, you go and then there'll be a bar and there'll be people sitting, like I've seen on documentaries. Is it? It's always Channel Five has this. Channel Four, Channel Five has these programs. After what I said, that you go there with your partner, with yourself, and then there'll be certain rooms that people will go in.
right.
But yes. And then you have the fetish parties where sometimes you have people on stage with shit and stuff. But
Mm.
yeah.
Tash, question. This person, is it because you know them very well why they shared that with you, or is this something that if anybody was to ask them, so what did you do on your first date, would they just openly, gladly share that information?
Oh my God, I'm looking so tired. I need to go to bed now.
You're not the only
Sorry.
one, babe.
Look at these bags, man. My God, they're bigger than IKEA.
You're not the
Sorry.
only one, babe. But yeah, yeah. Was they? Oh, pain in my womb. Yeah. Would they gladly, openly share that? Oh yeah,
She sent
Oh,
you a
she sent me a
message.
message. Okay, I can't really read the message right now, but thank you, sis. Thank you. But yeah, that's interesting. Different strokes for different
Interesting.
folks, innit? Different strokes for different folks. What would you do, Fee, if you met somebody and they kind of, not even kind of, they hinted, suggested that they would like their first date to be at a kink fetish sex party?
Not for a first date, no. I'd be open to going to one, but not on a first date. Because for me,
Right.
the first date, I need to get to know you. So that ain't gonna work, is
Mm,
it? You're going to
mm.
see different people titty out the door, butty and penis, and maybe penis. I don't want to see that. No, 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 no.
Sure. Oh my gosh, I've
Oh,
not
hi,
seen you
Sean.
for
How you doing,
years.
darling? Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you.
much, Queen. Mwah.
Yeah.
Seen you in so
But
long.
yeah.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
But but yes, not on a first date. I'll be not on a first date, mate. No, who do you think I am? Not on a first date. What I know what you're doing, where you going with that? No. You need to be looking at me in my eyes and my body. Me. If you're looking at me alone from the first date, it's me you want, it's me you feel up on. You're me, my eyes, my. Not going to a fetish party, see a woman in some spandex and rubber thing and maybe nipple tassels. No, maybe further on down the line, we could go to one of those and yeah, and just enjoy the music and the experience. That is it. Find out what DJ's playing and the genre of music that's playing, because otherwise I ain't have that. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Oh, hold on. Shaw says, I've been on a first date and he asked if I had ever been to one. He was definitely testing the waters. Ah.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
I said, I'm open to going to one. I've said this on
Mm.
numerous occasions. I'm
But
open
you
to
see
going to
that
one.
testing the waters, but you see, like going back to what I was saying earlier, communicating things as early as possible, because
Yes.
on a first, yeah, him sharing that on the first date gives you the chance to be like, nah or yeah, you know?
Mm.
Imagine saying that on the 10th date when you're really into, do you know what I mean? And then you're like, you've been wasting my time, or because I'm not really on that. So it's good to communicate things as early as possible. But yeah, you would have been testing the waters.
Mm.
Especially at the beginning, there's a lot of waters that I tested. Do you know what
The
I mean?
waters is very deep. You're paddling like a
Yeah,
dog paddling underwater,
yeah,
mate.
yeah. Certain man will say things,
Help! Help!
yeah,
Like
and
the
it's just like,
wasabi thing. The Victoria, the wasabi.
wasabi,
Help!
help,
Help! Yeah.
I'm
Be like
drowning,
that.
girl,
Oh,
you know.
help me.
Certain man will say things, and it's just like, brethren, you're drowning. They're drowning. You're drowning, and I'm not
Oh,
there to help
she
you.
said, I already knew his brother was heavily into it.
Ah,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
interesting.
Hmm.
So, yeah, man, today has been a lovely convo.
It has. We started off talking about periods.
No, you started off. That's correction.
No, but
No,
we,
you
we.
started the
It was a
conversation.
joint conversation, babe. It became joint. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
started.
exactly. Refrain. It started off with you, and then it became a joint conversation. But it did start off with yourself,
Yeah, okay.
and then moved on to confessions.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a lovely rounded conversation.
Would you
And
like me
like I
to sing
think
Confessions by Usher
no, and
to
like
end the conversation?
we're both in it. We're both in agreement. I think myself and Naomi that if it's something that you feel uncomfortable with, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Mm.
End of
Always speak
basically.
your truth.
Yeah.
Always speak your truth. Always speak your truth. Your truth
If
is your
you're not happy
power.
with it, then just say that's not me. That's not something I'm into. Simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
you're curious and you want to try it, then just say I've never done it before, but I'm willing. But don't if it's making you feel uncomfortable, then literally just don't do it, man.
Don't entertain
Not really.
it.
But
No,
yeah,
but you know what?
people.
I really feel that I should end the talk with me singing Confessions by
Anyway, like I
Usher.
said, because
I
remember I
have
can
my
lock you
mic
off. I
ready.
can lock it all off.
I
You
have
forget
my
I've got the
mic.
power to lock off. Do you
I've
want to
got my
lock it off?
shoulders. My shoulders
Right,
are ready. My
people.
shoulders.
If I will you name it, I will literally end the thing. Just literally like this. Without any
I'm
promotion about our
miming.
event, I will lock off the
I'm
thing right
miming. I'm not
now.
saying nothing. I'm miming.
So, people, before I lock off this thing, I will speak to you and let you know we have our t-shirts, which will be available to purchase on the night of our next event,
Which
which
is on
will
the
be
6th of April. Come on down and
mhm,
join us.
which is the beginning of the bank holiday weekend as Friday as the day following is Good Friday. So for about 80% of us, 90 there's no work the next day. So please make sure you go into Eventbrite, register for your ticket, monetary donation. It could be 50 pence you pay, it could be £1, which all goes towards Talks with MS, which is a charity that we're sponsoring, and they will be
Mhm.
there on the night, along
Yeah.
with Shaw TV 99, and who's the other gentleman?
Mustafa, we have two kings who will be performing. And yeah, I'm super excited. I am
So
super
yeah,
excited.
and as always, we have our resident DJ and MC on
DJ
the night, Mr.
Shem.
DJ Shaq D.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
And behind the scenes, doing the video and the filming is at Marcus underscore focus. So yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
go check them
yeah.
out. We'll see
But
you
yeah, either
there.
go into the bio of Sisters Talk About if you would like to find the direct link, or just go onto Eventbrite and type in Sisters Talk About, SISTARS Talk About. And yeah,
Woo,
you'll
look at that, look at
find,
that. Whoa, yeah.
I don't know,
Let's have my head's
whoa,
moving and my neck now.
whoa,
If this is
whoa.
magic, like ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, come and join us. Have a vibe. You told me I can't sing, so you can't do that.
I've stopped singing. So yes, people, until then, go ready to get your ticket. Our next Instagram live is going to be, is it the 3rd of April? Are you there? Sorry, I was like, yo, I'm afraid. What's running?
It's the 3rd.
I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, yo, what one?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
the
our
3rd
next Instagram live will be the 3rd of April,
of April,
which is
the
the same
beginning
week
of
as
the
our
week
event. So
before
yeah.
our event. Yeah, so that's why in my head I was doing the calendar. I had to count backwards. Don't give me that look, sis stream. Don't give me that look. You see me, right?
And if you like a t-shirt, let us know. Put your order in, so at least we'll have it there in advance for you.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. But as always, it's been lovely, babes. It's been lovely. All you kings and queens that's joined us tonight. It's been lovely. It's been tasty. It's been jubbly. Thanks for being here with us. But yeah, we're gonna get off and go and like get some shut
Go
eye.
to my bed. That's where I'm
Yeah,
going
gonna get
to.
some shut
My
eye.
bed. To my bed. Get some sleep. And reduce these bags here, cause I need to, like I've been shopping. It's gone.
As we're saying good night, goodbye, I could sing good
Right,
night
so people, good night.
by the sounds of
See
music.
y'all soon. As we all say,
She keeps
love
on
teas
shutting me down every time
and
I
Hagris.
suggest that
It's
I
been
should sing.
fabulous. Love y'all. Bye.